Nearly 50 years after it happened, a group of researchers has a new theory about what caused Bruce Lee's shocking death at age 32 that seems to tie in with the cause officials cited. Does it hold up? Here's what we know. The sudden death of action star Bruce Lee on July 20th, 1973 in Hong Kong has stoked dozens of questions and theories in the decades that have ensued. Speculation from fans, colleagues, and biographers has resulted in a cloudy public perception of what really killed the seemingly healthy legend. Snopes.com cites a 2018 example of such speculation from a biography by author Matthew Polly that suggests the actor's lack of sweat glands may have contributed to his death by heat stroke. That's just one of many rumors about Lee's death, which have been bandied about in the nearly 5 decades since he lost his life, which have included everything from foul play to steroid abuse, according to Reel's Channel's podcast for their program Autopsy: The Last Hours of Bruce Lee. Variety reports that the official cause of Lee's death was listed by Hong Kong officials in Hong Kong as cerebral edema, swelling of the brain. But a new group of researchers has cast even more doubt on the official report. This group of medical specialists has posited a fresh theory about what exactly caused Lee's sudden demise.
He was alive and well, and he was being Bruce Lee, and he was on the verge of achieving everything he'd ever dreamed of. And the next, he just was gone.
A report published by a group of Spanish kidney researchers in the December 2022 issue of the Clinical Kidney Journal suggests that Bruce Lee may have died from hyponatremia, meaning his body lacked critical levels of salt due to his heavy water intake. The end result was that his kidneys were unable to process the massive amount of fluids he consumed on a daily basis. With his organs unable to excrete all the water in his body, hyponatremia set in, followed by the cerebral edema. The paper includes a laundry list of contributing factors related to this conclusion, including prescription drug usage, the thirst caused by marijuana consumption, and previous organ injuries. The paper concludes, "We hypothesize that Bruce Lee died from a specific form of kidney dysfunction, the inability to excrete enough water to maintain water homeostasis. This may lead to hyponatremia, cerebral edema, and death within hours if excess water intake is not matched by water excretion in urine." The researchers add that hyponatremia is found in around 40% of hospitalized people and might contribute to the deaths of even the young and the healthy. This also supports the researchers' belief that more people should be aware of the dangers of excessive fluid intake. Naturally, this conclusion is only a medical hypothesis and may or may not be contradicted with time and further study. According to Fox News, Lee's family has not responded to requests for comment on these new findings. Polly's 2018 biography, Bruce Lee: A Life, also hypothesized that overconsumption of water may have been a contributing factor in Lee's abrupt death. Polly told Fox News that a previous medical problem may also be a factor in the actor's passing. The key to understanding Bruce Lee's death is that he collapsed 10 weeks before and almost died of the very same thing. On May 10th, 1973, he walked into a small dubbing room on one of the hottest days of the month. They turned off the air conditioner to avoid ruining the soundtrack. Lee overheated and collapsed outside of the recording room. He recovered, but once he returned to the booth, he began to experience convulsions after collapsing once again. Lee was taken to the hospital, and while doctors suspected brain swelling, Lee's ailment was written off as being a minor case of heat stroke. But Polly believes that Lee's untreated heat stroke was so severe it ultimately led to his death, abetted, Polly claims, by the removal of the sweat glands in his underarms.
Oh. And the day he died was the hottest day of the month in Hong Kong. Oh. And so I think it was heat stroke that killed him.
Lee's widow, Linda Lee Caldwell, maintained in a 1998 article published in the Los Angeles Times that she believes a painkiller that included an ingredient Bruce Lee was sensitive to was behind his passing. She wrote, "Bruce died from cerebral edema caused by hypersensitivity to an ingredient in a prescription medication called Equagesic. The determination was made after an exhaustive 9-day coroner's inquest, during which the testimony of forensic pathologists from all over the world who had studied every tissue in Bruce's body was heard."